Hello everybody, and welcome to a new Let's Play, and today we're going to be doing Donkey Kong Country 1, which is one of my favorite games. How much do you know about this, Gok?
I remember playing up to the level one where you go in the cart, and it's just like the most infuriating pattern in platforming.
Okay, I'm going to guess and say that you only got to level World 2 then. But, yeah, no,
I do plan on finishing that someday, but I am particularly bad at 2D platformers.
So why do you think that is? Just like the reaction time, or just,
Yeah, pretty
Anyway.
much.
First thing we gotta do is check our banana hoard, and it's all gone. Feels bad.
Make Monk depressed.
And I don't know if this counts as like a bonus room or a secret, but you can get an extra life by going to DK's house. And we will be doing a 101%, which basically just means we have to find all the bonus rooms.
Which is basically like the kind of long let's play you do to annoy mathematicians.
Yeah, it's just slightly off.
You can imagine Neil deGrasse Tyson watching someone do a let's play of Donkey Kong and for yeah, this is gonna be at 101%, and he just has to say this is mathematically impossible.
I think Neil deGrasse Tyson would probably say a lot of, he has a lot of issues with a lot of different things. And, yeah, so when it comes to the animal tokens, I'm gonna try to avoid collecting them because, when you collect them, it actually, more often than not, will throw you back, in a level rather than put you forward. So it's actually, to your detriment to collect them. You get extra lives, for, doing them though, but it's just, it's annoying. So.
Have you ever seen that compilation of how many times Neil deGrasse Tyson just posted the same exact tweet?
No, I just know that whenever he does post something, it's, kind of obnoxious, like one of those, like fedora tipping atheist sort of, tweets that's sort of like, actually.
The fedora tipping is like only half of the problem. Is that like he's a really pedantic asshole, and like for example, like multiple times he has like every year when it's around Christmas time he makes the same pedantic tweet about how Santa Claus cannot exist by the laws of physics. Yeah, it's why it's called magic, you dickhead.
Oh, I thought the thing that he does every year was, say, happy birthday to the most influential person in the world, Sir Isaac Newton, who was born on December 25th. Also, when it comes to these bonus rooms, you don't actually have to complete them and win, with the exception of one. You just have to find them, and that will give you your 101%.
Well, finding the room itself is the completion.
And, I was just sort of double checking here that, yes, I did get all of them. You can tell if you got all the bonus rooms in a level, because the title of the level will have an exclamation point at the end of it. Which is something I wish I knew growing up as a kid, so I didn't have to replay every fucking level just to double check to make sure I got it.
You know about that room thing, how the room itself counts for completion. You don't expect that kind of small mercies from games like of this era, right?
Yeah, I will admit that for this era of gaming, like the 16-bit, 8-bit era, this is a fairly easy platformer, but it still has its challenges. It's not like a lot of other platformers where it's just like, oh, if you don't do it exactly right, then we're sending you back to the beginning.
Yeah, I mean the main thing here is is more reaction time and that kind of thing. It's not so much being able to guess every every obnoxious little secret that the developers created. Imagine themselves like really clever if they have to if you have to resort to a guide to finish to find the thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of games, more so on the NES, but there's a lot of games where, in order to progress through levels or whatever, you need to jump in very specific areas to make items appear. And that is, like, extremely obnoxious game design. Mostly just because it's like, you never know where it is that you're supposed to jump, even if you do know, because it's always like, oh, because you're always one pixel off kind of thing.
That's the Ghouls and Ghouls series, right?
Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts did it, but I would say that so long as you don't need to do it in order to beat the game, then it's okay, but it's still annoying. But yeah, Ghosts and Goblins.
They still have that thing where you have to do the game twice, and on the second round you have to get a specific weapon to actually beat the villain.
Yeah, and I will say that as much as I like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, the second time they force you to do it, you do need to find the treasure chests, which can only be found in by jumping in specific areas. But at least in Super Ghouls and Ghosts, they're a lot more lenient as to your positioning of where you have to be in order to get the item. So.
And what's the name of this fella?
This is Ungard the Swordfish. And technically we could have rode on Rambi the Rhino in the first level, but I had more fun on the Steel Keg. And there's a nice little secret here, where you just can skip the entire level and just keep going like that, but I'm gonna actually, you know, play the game for real. There is also a slight difference between DK and Diddy Kong. So DK, he's stronger, so he can he can basically kill any enemy by jumping on them. While Diddy can't, but Diddy moves faster and can jump a little higher. So, although the game is, you're able to complete it by with pretty much just DK. It's just easier for do platforming with Diddy. Yeah, there's a few obnoxious secrets like this. Let's see, what else was there? Have you played any of the other Donkey Kong Country games, or no?
I did play a bit of 64.
That's not a country game, that's 64. Come on, go.
Yeah, you just asked Donkey Kong games.
Okay. Yeah, Donkey Kong 64, it's definitely a game that has not aged very well. Mostly just because of the amount of backtracking you need to do.
Yeah. I think it's a game like a... I think it won, like it entered the Guinness World Records for the game with the most collectibles at the time.
I think it still holds that record because each level you have to play as 5 Kongs, and there's 5 golden bananas for each Kong. There's 100 colored bananas for each Kong. There's a golden banana medallion for each Kong in each level. There's a crown in each level, with the exception of like a few where there's like extra crowns. There is 2 banana fairies per level.
Oh, banana fairies. I don't think I've met those.
Yeah, if you did meet them in Donkey Kong 64, you need a camera and take pictures of them, which is definitely one of the more annoying aspects of that game. Let's see, there's banana fairies, there was... I feel like I'm forgetting something. Also, I just like doing that with Winky the frog, where you just hop on the barrel over and over again. But, yeah, so that's just that, and then in order to beat the game... Oh, yeah, there's also the boss keys in every level. You need to get all of them. And to beat the game, even though there's no real indication that you need to do this, you need to get the rare coin and the what was it, the Nintendo 64 coin. Anyway, so I beat that level, made it look like super easy, and that you're a big old bitch for not being able to complete it.
I don't think this was the one where I got stuck.
Okay, so then there was a minecart level. There's only 2 minecart levels in the game, and the second one is like world 4 or 5.
This was the one where I got stuck, I think.
Okay. Yeah, because the second minecart level, you can actually jump out of the cart.
There are some sections like I think this. Wow, you missed it.
I told you, I'm purposely missing these because I don't want to collect it at a bad time and then be sent back in the level kind of thing.
Yeah, there is some really... I remember there being some really tight jumps in this one.
Yeah,
those assholes come up really fast at you.
Yeah, if you push right on the D-pad, you do jump a bit further. Or at least I feel you do. Are you...
I have not confirmed yet.
I don't know, I never bothered to confirm it. It's kind of like how people have their own little ways of guaranteeing to catch Pokemon, even though like none of them are accurate. Have you ever had like your own way to catch Pokemon? Like mine was you push and hold the A button as hard as you could.
No, the only Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, the Pokemon Stadium, the very odd Pokemon game where it was a add-on for the Game Boy game rather than the other way around.
Sorry. Tuberculosis is acting up.
Yeah, I'm sick too, if you guys couldn't tell, and it sucks. Basically it's cold sweats and weird nightmares that I had last night, so...
Did you dream about a tall man in a golden mask?
No, they did not offer me immortality or anything. No, it was weird because for whatever reason YouTube recommended me the Redwall TV series to watch. And so I watched a bit of it, and I got to the point where they figured out some of the secrets of Redwall. So the weird dream that I had was sort of like I had to solve obnoxious puzzles where it was like, okay, you have to figure out where it is that you have to solve the puzzle, but also you need to figure out where exactly you need to be in order for the puzzle to be solved to work, kind of thing.
What is Red Wall again?
It's the medieval show about little mice in a church.
Oh, I have a game that is inspired on that.
Yeah, it's called Warhammer 40K, and you play as the Skaven, right?
Yes, exactly. Let me see if I can find it. Ghost of a Tale. Yeah, it's you play as a little ready boy.
Yeah.
And it's a stealth game actually.
Okay.
Inspired by Red Wall.
Yeah, there's a video I also meant to watch called Whatever Happened to Redwall, or like the history of Redwall. And that interested me, so I was like, yeah, I should probably watch that at some point.
Okay. The author of the book's passed away already, right?
The author of the book series passed away?
Yeah, I think he did.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but I think that series was made in, like, the 70s or something, wasn't it?
Let me see.
Because the cartoon show, I remember it as a kid, and the copyright was for 1999.
Red Wall is a series of 22 books about anthropomorphic animals in a fictional world. What the hell? By British author writer Brian Jacques. Whatever. It's Jacques written in a French way, you know?
So like J-A-U-X or J-A-U-Q kind of thing?
J-A-C-Q-U-E-S. Jacques. It's yeah, the first book was from 86. So it was published from 86 to 2011.
Oh, so he was still making them. Okay, wow.
Actually, he passed away in 2011.
Well, that explains why he stopped writing them. But, I will say that the show does have its issues, mostly in the whole, kind of in the animation department. It's okay. But there's... I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's sort of like, there's weird sort of, I don't know, it's just kind of, not, like, super well done. Like, there's a few inconsistencies and shortcuts that they make that I noticed, so...
Yeah. You want to put that on the watch list?
Redwall? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
One problem that I did find with the YouTube one that got recommended to me is that there's no episode 4. There's episode 3 twice, and then it goes to 5.
This episode was so good, we decided to ditch the following one.
Yeah, and it was a bit of a shame because it looked like something really important happened in episode 4, but we don't get an answer to it, so... Oops. Lost the tire. I needed that, but don't worry. We'll just sacrifice Diddy and get up here instead.
You bastard.
He had it coming. Just like Yoshi, you know?
Sounds like excuses to me. You're trying to rationalize your betrayal.
Yep. Here we go. Fantastic. I love Winky. He's the best animal companion. Mostly because when you jump on things, he can basically kill anything. Unlike the other animal companions where there's only certain things that they can and can't jump on. Also, Espresso is the worst one because he or she, I don't even know what it is, they can't jump on anything.
I would imagine by the name it's a male.
Maybe. It's an ostrich, so it's hard to tell.
Unless the guys at Rareware were working under the assumption that names in Italian follow Japanese logic. Some names ending with O in Japanese are actually like female names, like any name ending in ko.
Okay.
Is like is female.
Yeah, what's funny about this bonus room is that if you hit the little alligators, they don't actually cause you to game over. You just it just spins it the other way. You only lose if you spell the name wrong. And this is Espresso, the ostrich. With these animal bonus rooms, you just collect as many tokens as possible, and every 100 you get an extra life.
Oh boy.
And if you're really good and know where the secret big animal token is, you can get about 700 to 800. Because the secret one, if you collect all the times 2, it just multiplies your score.
That's a hefty amount.
Also, if I do end up doing one of the animal bonus rooms again, I do edit it out because it's just the same thing again, so not to waste time.
Maximum carnage.
Yeah, you gotta just constantly keep smashing things and keep it going. That's how you have the maximum amount of fun in platformers. Oh, have you ever read the book 1001 Games You Need to Play Before You Die?
No.
Okay.
I doubt it.
You're cutting in and out.
I doubt I'm even going to be able to play that amount of games in my life.
Yeah. It is a game, or a book, that I have a bone to pick with, because it is pretty terribly written.
How so?
Well, one of them is that they did put in one of the Donkey Kong Country games on that list. You want to guess which one?
64?
No. They put on Donkey Kong Country 3, which, as much as I like Donkey Kong Country 3, if you were to ask me, okay, you could only pick one Donkey Kong Country game, which one would you choose? I would have said either 1 or 2. Like, 3 is sort of like a weird one in that regard.
Uh-huh.
Then there was also the the description for Dead Rising as to why you should play it, which is one of the worst descriptions I've ever heard in my life. Damn it, I need a Diddy there. Or no, I could probably do it with the vulture here.
I'm actually looking for this game, for this book.
Yeah.
1,000 games you must play before you die.
Yeah, it's, there was a series of them, like 1001 movies to watch before you die, and 1001 songs you need to listen to before you die, kind of thing.
Songs are easier because it's like listening to a song takes an average, what, 3 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. Whereas a game, the average can vary anywhere between like 5 to like 100 hours.
Yeah. Have you seen like the what is it? The speed runs of Better and Kaitos?
I don't even know what that game is.
It's a game for the GameCube. You know, the GameCube, that beautiful beast.
Yeah. Wait, did you say Beaten Kados or?
Yeah, I don't know how you filthy angles pronounce it, but I just say Button Kaitos.
Oh, okay. I know what game you're talking about then, yeah.
Because I have the ability to pronounce letters phonetically, instead of making up sounds based on nonsensical vowel shifts and combinations.
That's English for you, get fucked, nerd.
Yeah. Yes, English is a disgusting language.
But anyway, what's the speedruns for that RPG like?
Yeah, Veteran Kaitos has the 100% speed run. I think it's something like over 200 hours long.
So, do they do that in one sitting, or do they take breaks or shifts or something?
You have to take breaks. Like, there's some points where you just let the game running on stream. It's and this whole thing happens because there is one item in the game that takes 2 weeks in real life to develop.
Mm-hmm.
You have to develop an item. I don't know which item it is, but it develops into an item called the shampoo. And to get the shampoo, you really have to have the item in your inventory for 2 weeks. Unlike the game running.
Man.
So the guy does like there is a lot of management involved in just doing things in the most optimal time while you're waiting for that item to develop. But yeah, it goes by a ridiculous amount of hours. I think it's the game with the longest speed run.
Longer than Final Fantasy VII 100% runs?
I wouldn't expect 100% speed runs of Final Fantasy VII to be 200 hours. Oh, no. There is one here from a guy called Bafan, and he's one of the guys who set the world record. And the record, this one is Button Catcher 100% speed run, 338 hours.
Yeah, so, anyway, as I was saying about the fucking 1001 games to play before you die, the Dead Rising one entry as to why you should play it, it's like a paragraph long, which is already disappointing, but his reasoning for it, the writer, as to why you should play it is because it's very hard and the NPC AI is atrocious, but it's good.
That is a horrifically argued position.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, of all the things that you could have mentioned about Dead Rising 1, that was it. Like, goddamn. He also put in a few other games too, which I would even agree with, but the problem is that due to technological limitations, you're not able to really play them anymore unless you're like a really hardcore collector. So one of them was the original Steel Battalion, which, you know, I will admit that yes, that is a game everyone should at least try at least once because it is fucking amazing. The problem is that they've only made like 1,000 of those games because the controller is so fucking massive and ridiculous. Is that you need it in order to play the game. So that's sort of like one of the weird ones. I would be like, as much as I agree, like, how are you going to make that work, kind of thing.
There is a list in Letterboxd. All the films listed in popular 2001 movies book series contains more than 1,001 titles because every new edition adds new titles and removes others. So let's see here. A Trip to the Moon. I've seen that one. It's from 1902. The Great Train Robbery from 1903. It's... How long is this one? Maybe we can feel. It's 12 minutes long. Perfect for a watch together.
Perfect.
There is D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation. I'm not touching that.
What's wrong with that one?
Birth of a Nation is it's like 190 minutes long, and it's a silent movie. So like it's over 3 hours long, and it's a silent movie. And like I've enjoyed some silent movies. I'm not watching a 3 hour long silent movie. No way.
Let's see, I was just about to say, oh, and the other thing about the 1001 games to play before you die, it's also, well, as I sort of already established with the Dead Rising one, it's very lazily written, but the other thing that makes it very lazily written is that, you would think that with the Donkey Kong Country example, that they only put one game per franchise kind of thing. But nope, that is not true, because they put on basically every single Mario and Zelda game.
Yeah, because like that's how you. It's like when it's when you have to get out to do like the school project that the teacher demands, that it must be like X amount of pages long.
Yeah, it has to be 5 pages long, so you use
the largest font.
Yeah, the largest font, or you make it large enough that the teacher, you hope they won't notice that you made it slightly larger. You double space that shit.
You use very wide margins.
You use double spacing. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You start using words like very long words you never use in your life.
That and also
now, I have a miscellaneous assortment of arguments that I could display here. But let's focus on the 5 most substantial.
Yeah, so like I said, that book is so fucking awful. It is amazing that
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and I find it interesting that they have it listed by platform. So it's like, platform, 3DO, one game.
Well, they have it listed in the book by release date, so, and to give you guys an idea as to when the book was made, the last entry was BioShock Infinite.
Ah!
So...
Ah, God. Wait, published... BioShock Infinite, man. I have lots of bones to pick with that game. Commodore Amiga, 4 games. Okay.
Do they actually
The-
list what the games are, or do they just say, "Oh yeah, there's 4 games on here"?
Yeah, no, it's the Wikipedia page. It's just they're just listing the like the by platform.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. Commodore Amiga, the Apple II. Yeah, a lot of those games nowadays would only be accessible by emulation. There's
Yeah.
8 games from the Dreamcast, and then I bet Shamu is one of them.
Probably. Oh, I just decided to pick out the book just now, just to look at it, and looking at the cover. Do you want to know who prefaced the book?
Peter Molyneux.
Yeah, it was Peter Molyneux.
The man who the man who incarnated Tell Me Lies before Todd Howard came along.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, now that, I know that Peter Molyneux did this, I'm gonna flip through the book real quickly and see if, Fable 1 is on here.
It's by Fleetwood Mac, the song Tell Little Lies. And that became the theme song of Todd Howard.
Oh,
But I bet it was sang very much in reference to Peter Molyneux past.
Yeah. Okay, here's a really fucking weird one I just randomly flipped to. Mario Golf is in here, but it's not... It's not the N64 one, which people might think of. It's the Game Boy Color one.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know, I would expect the GameCube one to be there.
Uh...
There are 28 games from the GameCube in the list.
Oh, and I flipped the page, and here's fucking Quake 3 Arena, the game that's only playable online. So, like,
Yeah.
literally, if you boot it up these days, you're gonna walk into a dead lobby.
There are internet games on the list. 10 internet games in total.
Oh yeah.
I have an idea.
Oh,
I
here's
have an
two.
idea. Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you to shut up for a second. There, I have an idea of a video for us to watch after this is done.
Okay. But anyway, here's your 2 Dreamcast games that I found: Shenmue 1 and Seaman.
Is that the one with Leonard Nimoy?
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy is the narrator, and you raise sentient fish with human faces that discuss philosophical ideas with you.
Oh boy. Now doesn't that sound like a title kids were just dying to play?
Yeah, but what's even weirder about it is that it does work off of the in-game calendar thing, like with that games of that time had. So.
Oh, there is 1 iPad and 14 iPhone games here. There was a time I used to work at a healthcare facility, and one of my colleagues there was he loved playing games on his iPad. Whenever he was not doing the exams, he was playing a game on his iPad.
Yeah.
And occasionally watching porn on company computer.
You know, as you do.
That was probably not advisable behavior.
It's only
there is
illegal
one
if you...
Atari Jaguar. There is one Atari Jaguar game. Can you find it, please?
Atari...
There is only 9 Mega Drive games? What the hell? They found 14 iPhone games, but only 9 Mega Drive. Piss off!
Let's see. Oh, okay, it actually is, in the index section, it has it listed by, oh, I think they have it listed by, a company name. Let's see, so... But let's see, contributors. Oh, they. I don't think they have it listed by console. At least not the version I have.
Oh, here's a silent movie we could watch. Haksan. Witchcraft Through the Ages. It's a Danish movie. From 1920... 1922, same year as Nosferatu.
Oh, to answer your question about Peter Molyneux's games, Fable 1, 2, and the movies made it onto this list.
The movies?
Yeah, the movies. I think it was sort of like a sim, like the Sims sort of style thing, where you would input a kind of like a code, or like, okay, you want your characters to do this, and it'll play out sort of like a really shitty like movie as if the Sims were doing it.
Oh my god! I just looked at like the last page of the 1001 movies. That is like over 1,020, over 200, over 1,200 now.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the pics here are just I find egregious. There is one of the pics for like for one of the more recent editions, The Shape of Water.
Yeah.
That movie is bad. Like that movie is probably the biggest argument as to why the Oscars are worthless.
I thought the Oscars were worthless because they didn't let Robert Downey Jr. win in Tropic Thunder.
Yes, one of the most superb acting performances ever made, indeed. But God, there is some really egregious choice. Tenet's in here.
What was wrong with Robert Downey Jr. Playing a black man?
Nothing.
Okay.
His performance was amazing. It's just not the kind of performance Hollywood is endorsing nowadays.
Well, nowadays, yeah, but
Jesus Christ, The Shape of Water, like I want to slap everyone who voted for that movie for best film. That is hideous.
But I will say that Robert Downey Jr. did get nominated for that role for the best supporting actor, I think it was, but it went to oh shoot, what was his name? I'm just drawing a complete blank here. Dark Knight. Heath Ledger? Yeah.
Yeah. He received that Oscar posthumously. I think his family received the Oscar for him.
Well, yeah, it would be kind of weird if they gave it to him in person.
We exhumed his body so he couldn't deliver it.
Also, in this book, Heavy Rain is in here. One of the most unintentionally hilarious games of all time.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe that was the reason. Paranormal Activity is in the movie list. You remember those?
I never saw them, but I know about them. Like, it's, God, I'm having troubles with names. Being sick sucks. Steven Spielberg did it, and it was like a horror film that he made, and I will admit he's not very good at the, well, yeah, he's more of like a Hollywood action, like a Hollywood blockbuster kind of guy, and I don't know. I guess horror. I don't really hear too much about it, so. Because I think the closest thing that I saw from him that was like horror related or horror adjacent was War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, and that was pretty bad.
Oh my god, that movie. At some point, it just became hilarious. How much of like they were basically like the Catafinins character, like the little girl. At some point, I think she just has like a mental breakdown. She just freezes because it got kind of hilarious how much of a mental strain they were putting on that character at some point. I'm probably sounding very mean-spirited, but was not the intention. And it like they were. So much of that movie is just that girl being traumatized for life. Like, she's not gonna be able. Like, she's gonna have nightmares for the rest of her life.
Well, yeah, it's about a race of aliens that's collecting humans and liquidizing them to turn the planet red, so. But, I guess it's better that it's a more realistic depiction of how a child would react to that kind of situation rather than 2012, where the big character arc for the girl was she didn't need pampered diapers anymore.
2012, are you talking about that a disaster movie?
Yeah, the disaster movie that was a fucking disaster in and of itself, yes.
Oh god, that movie was atrocious.
Yeah, it was, and like I said, that was the big payoff at the end of the movie. The little girl doesn't need Pampers diapers anymore to sleep.
Yeah, I've just watched billions of people die horribly. I think I'm okay now. No, she would need counseling and severe mental health treatment. Jesus Christ. I'm just checking something here. Hacksaw Ridge doesn't seem to be on the movie list, which means that the author is a giant cock.
It might be because of the director that was involved. Check to see if Braveheart is on there.
Probably. I think they couldn't get away with excluding Braveheart. There's a movie called Caro Diario. Let me see if like Nanni Moretti. It's probably Italian. Renato Carpentieri, Antonio Neo. Claudia della Sedia. It's probably an Italian movie. Philadelphia is in here. Forrest Gump. Priscilla, the movie that forever turned I Will Survive into a gay song.
I thought I Would Survive is about how a woman leaves her shitty ex-boyfriend or whatever.
It is, and yes, Braveheart is on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I guess they couldn't get away with excluding Braveheart. But they did exclude Hacksaw Ridge, which is... It's a movie orders of magnitude better than... Jesus Christ. Just Hugo Weaving's character alone is better than the entirety of Shape of Water. Independence Day is in here. Yeah.
Why Independence Day? That was a movie where they took out a scene that actually made the ending make sense.
I don't know. It's still better than Shape of Water. It's what it's all I care.
Okay.
At least it's a fun movie, you know.
Yeah, sure. But
Jesus
the
Christ.
thing that I was talking about was the at the end they upload a virus to the alien
The
ship.
alien. Yes.
But in one of the deleted scenes, they actually explain how they made it to work. And basically, it was sort of like a reverse engineering thing where they managed to figure out that I think it was like it's very similar to a Mac operating system, so they made a virus for that.
Yeah, it's one of those like really stupid exclusions. It's like excluding Saruman's death from the Return of the King. It's like, why? Of all the things you could have excluded, this is probably the worst choice you could have made.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm gonna have to rewatch it again, but I know that Saruman, he like in the books or in. I'm not sure if it was in the books or in the sort of extended stuff that never got really published, but
No, yeah, in the books there is the chapter after the ring is destroyed. There is the chapter of the Scouring of the Shire.
yeah, like the Shire gets taken over, and it turns out Saruman did it.
Yes. In the movies, there was a scene where they filmed him like being killed by Grima Wormtongue.
Yeah,
After he confronts Gandalf in the beginning of the Return of the King.
Yeah.
But then they excluded that from the theatrical version.
Yeah, I've seen that deleted scene. And the only thing that I know about it that's pretty funny is that Peter Jackson wanted to do the more stereotypical, like, yelling as you get stabbed in the back thing. And Christopher Lee, he said that, oh, no. When you stab people in the back, that's not how that works. Because when you stab them in the back, you're supposed to puncture the lung. And when you puncture the lung, all the air escapes, so you can't make any noise.
Yeah.
And,
trust me, I stab people.
Yeah, and Peter Jackson was like, well, I'm not going to ask how you know that, but very well, I'll trust you on this. And the reason why he would know that is because he worked in the Secret Service, I believe.
Yeah. He went to war, really.
Yeah, he did a lot of shit. Like, it's amazing the life that guy lived. Man, we've hardly been talking about this game.
Well, as is tradition.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, here's a pretty good question for you. What is your favorite Donkey Kong character?
I never really stopped to think about it because, like I said, I haven't played much of the games.
Okay, first of all, that is an incorrect answer, and secondly, the correct answer is Lanky Kong. Well, I certainly identify with having short legs, as he does. Yeah, short legs, long arms. That's the way of the world.
The funny thing is that orangutans are freakishly strong, too.
Well, they're bigger than, like, some of them get bigger than humans, right? And,
yes.
It's just naturally they kind of get a bit fatter as well. I've seen Orangutan School. That's a good series.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, because orangutans are an endangered species, in some of the boreal jungles, what they do is that for like orphaned orangutans. Since orangutans are one of those types of animals that need, like, multiple years with their parents in order to learn how to survive, since they're orphans, they don't have that, so what they do is that they basically teach them how to survive. And a lot of them come from, like, varying disastrous situations, like forest fires, killing the parents, or they were picked up from illegal poachers trying to sell them off as pets, kind of thing.
Oh, that's a horror. Buying an orangutan as a pet is a horrible idea.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I wouldn't mind one, because orangutans are cute and I like them, but yeah. But the main thing with it is that a lot of the orangutans that are there suffer from some sort of, like, I wouldn't say, like, I wouldn't go so far as to say PTSD, but it's something along the lines, like some sort of trauma. Like, there is one there that's pretty famous named Benny. And the problem with him is that he is extremely fat, to the point where they have to put him on a diet. And the reason for that is because when they found Benny initially, when they rescued him, he was emaciated and was about ready to starve to death. Because he was, like, locked in a cage for his entire life, kind of thing.
Oh.
So that could be like an overcompensation on his end to constantly be eating and be full, so he doesn't starve to death again, or get close to that. It's also kind
that
of...
is I'm just saying, like, that relying on that lantern right there is kind of obnoxious.
Yeah, but that's the gimmick of the level, so at least it's the only level that does this. The only thing that really...
What's most annoying is that, like, when you switch, it just flashes the camera. It's really bad.
Yeah.
I probably can cause seizures in some people.
Well, I'll try my best not to wiggle the D-pad. How's that? But there was something else about the orangutan school. Oh yeah. The other interesting thing is that the orangutans, how they sort of act and behave, it's surprisingly similar to how humans tend to act as well. Like, a lot of the really young orangutans, like, we're talking, like, under a year old, they have, like, safety blankets that they carry around with them. And a common thing that they do is that whenever they move in groups, they'll do so by hugging each other.
What's the deal with this level?
Like, what do you mean, what's the deal? It's, one of the treetop levels, but it's icy. Except it's not icy, it's, just kind of like a blue-white. Like, were you hoping that there was, like, a gimmick to it, or...?
No, I was just, like, wondering why it was all white like this.
Oh, because we're in the ice world.
For some reason, like 100 meters up in sequoias, and you're missing the letters.
I miss a lot of things in this game. It's, the way I do. But again, you don't need 100% to or get all the letters for a 100%, I should say. It's just the bonus rooms. Although in Donkey Kong Country 2 and 3, you also need to get all the DK coins as well. Oh, something
Yes?
about Aaron Hansen when it comes to his opinion on this game. He says that it's not very good, and I never really got an answer as to why that is. Like, he never really seemed to explain it beyond that. Oh, it just has good graphics. That doesn't mean it's a good game.
Okay. It's probably better that he doesn't give an answer as to his reasoning, because if you know, based on what we know of him, it's probably gonna be a stupid answer.
Maybe. But with that, that's the end of the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Have a nice night.
Bye bye.